Coach, I'd like on the result today. Please take us through your overall thoughts on the game, please.
Yeah, disappointed obviously. I thought it wasn't. Doesn't matter what I actually say here. Well, it wasn't. Not a fair result because I thought we could have been 3 or 4 to be good there in the first half. But we weren't. And then you make it difficult. Yeah, so disappointing with the result. That's for sure. I thought we put a lot into the game, got nothing out of it. I think we deserved more, but yeah, difference is the quality obviously.
Alright, thank you, Coach. We're now going to proceed to invite questions from members of the meeting. Can I please request that you indicate that you have a question? You can get this microphone.
Coach, one would say you should have played the game by half time, 3-1 or 2-1. But you find out that you are on level 4. And looking back at the chances that you got in the finishing was not up to standard. And what can you do to improve the finishing from there?
It's very easy. It's very easy. What to do about it, but you've got to keep practicing and keep working and trying to improve players and trying to improve, that's all you can do. So there's not much really, there's a lot you can do, but yeah, what we've got to do, we've got to keep working and trying to improve what we've got. That's all you can do. So trying to keep working, trying to create scenarios, training, take it from there.
Coach, from Sports Wine, just give us a place assessment with regard to Jocelyn Makatoka, how bad is that
I haven't heard
situation?
anything yet. Just game stopped and it's gone from this to that, so I'll find out more. I wasn't happy with that tackle, that clearing the ball, that's for sure.
Good afternoon, Coach. I'd like on the last I'm going to be for post. Just a simple one from me, Coach. Any positives from this particular encounter, given that it was a very tough opponent that you're facing?
Yeah, positive application, effort, desire, the tactical shape. There's a lot of positives out of the game, but obviously football. Football's about the result, not anything else. People forget. People don't look at anything else, how you play, and see something. So it's not. It's better to take that game because I think we deserve more.
Afternoon, Coach. How's luck on the results? Lusande from Soccer Doma. Not the best way to finish off the year, but in this break during AFCON, what are some of the things that you would want to sort of improve in the side in preparation for the start of next year?
A break, yeah, that would be good. I think a break would be good because of the size of the squad. We need a longer break. That's for us, that's for sure. For the size of the squad. So yeah, it's certainly something we need to look at.
Afternoon, Coach. Gavin from Sole's newspaper. When you took over the team at the start of the season, with everything that has happened, the results, where would you say you are compared to your plans at the start of the season for the team?
Possibly about 6 or 7 points more. Possibly. I think we've done well with the team. Put the squad together. I wouldn't say 6. I think we're a little bit ahead. Obviously, these type of games are difficult because coming into this arena. So it's always going to be difficult for a team, a new team. Obviously, chats with his own.
Hi, Coach. It's Nathan Mohammed Iski. Like on the loss, how important is it going to be perhaps to bounce back in the next one against a bit? Surely you'd want to go to the break and maybe within the top half of the table.
Obviously, every game is a chance to go back. Obviously, now we're even shorter players. We're going to be too short now. And we are thin as it is. So we have to reassess it tomorrow and go from there for Wednesday's game.
Good afternoon, Coach. Susan Solomon Perry. Had luck on the last game. Coach, you've played all 3 of the so-called Big 3. Having seen or having been through those games, I feel like the same or similar assessment you gave us against Kaizer Chiefs, that you had your moments, that you felt there were moments that you could have won the game. Is there something with your side and the temperament when it comes to this specific game that you've picked up in terms of the loss for
just the
3
level,
losses?
the level of the quality. the squads are strong if you compare these squads. So you've got to look at that. Besides, in all these games, in the Chiefs game, the players have been good. You know, obviously, better the level you play against. You mistake there, they're going to, hurt you. Turn the ball over. You know, we turned the ball. First goal came from a throw-in in their half. Yeah, and then it turned out. It should never have turned out there. And the second goal, you know, the centre back should get the ball. Right back gets the ball, and that's wrong. The ball goes out wide, cross goal. So, you know, it's little those type of errors that not for commitment and effort and attitude.
Can I ask you, Gavin, are you going to have a break now after the Wednesday game? When are you coming back for longer pre-season? How are you going to do that? And second question, who will win the league between Pirates and Sundowns?
The second question, I don't really care, but if you look at this squad that they've got the last 3 years, this Pirates squad, I think they've got huge impact players, which makes the difference. If you look at their squad, what they bring in on Pirates, and I think that's going to possibly, and them being out of Africa. Out of Africa, my friends, you've got no idea if you've been there. Well, you've been there. So we play in Africa, I think it's a big plus for them. And the squad, you know, when they're bringing on a policy, these type of players, they make a huge impact on the game. And they are the country's best players, sitting on the bench. So I think that's the difference in the squad. I think they've got huge pace and speed, which hurts teams. You know, and I think that's the difference. So I'm not saying who's going to win the league, but I just think their squad is very strong. And I think sometimes it's very difficult. You know, when you go across the fronts, and their focus will always be more Champions League, isn't it? So it could be, certainly it'll be closer than anything before this year. Than it has been the last few years. If we were still here, we would have won the league by now. That's another story.
Your plans pre-season?
I've got a plan, but yeah, there's another plan as well. So we're going to have to try and correlate our plans. Yeah. But yeah, Mark, the next game's the 25th of January. It's crazy. So I don't know. I know what to do and what not to do. I've done it before, but it's got to go through the management.
It's not going to be taking the final two questions.
Coach, I wanted to ask, he might not be shoe-in to go to the AFCON, but Paisley made the 55-man squad. But how encouraging is that for him personally and for the rest of the squad to have made a team squad?
I think if you look at this, I'm going to go down this way because I think if you look at the squad over the last few years, there's been a few surprise selections. You know? It's worked well for him. So, yeah, great. It's done well and wish him well. Wins the selection tomorrow. Never know.
Final question?
Coach, maybe just to click into specific, where do you think you need to add come that January window? And I always want to find out from coaches this, you know, when you have such a long break, how do you keep players motivated? Do you come up with, bring some, Nano, Chisanyama, you should win this, how much do you do just to keep everyone stimulated and motivated? Because you come in every training session and then you see your game is going to play on the 25th January, you say.
I think if the break is in the middle of the year, I think it's totally different than the break now. You ask yourself the question, why? Because it's at the time of this year, you know what I'm saying? So the break is very difficult. But then you can also kill the morale, won't you? You know, because people want to be with families and things like that. So it's a very difficult situation. But we've got such a long break that you almost start again, I think. It's better to start again. The players won't get unfit. That's the biggest fallacy and the biggest nonsense I've ever heard. And sometimes a mental break is better than a physical break. Mentally, you need to break something. It's like training in the week. You can say you can train every day. It's crazy. You need the mental freshness.
Thank you, Coach. Let's bring us to the end of our course now.